Hello, Lincoln Park Lions. It's Miss Snyder. Before we get started, I have an apology to make. Last week I told you that our courage tool was our last tool, but I had completely forgotten about our apology and forgiveness tool. I guess it's appropriate that we're talking about it now. So I'm sorry that I mixed up the tools. I hope you weren't too confused. I hope you can forgive me and we can move forward. Strange timing, huh? So the apology and forgiveness tool, you might remember, well, we haven't really talked about it yet, but its symbol is carpenter's glue, right? We can use glue to fix a mistake that we have made or to put two things back together that have been broken. And that's what we do when we use the apology and forgiveness tool. If we have hurt someone, we can use that tool to try to make it better. So when we use the apology tool, we're often using our empathy tool to think about how another person might have felt, and we're using our words tool to make it better. That is the apology tool. And forgiveness comes from your heart, right? You've got to use empathy to think about how the other person was feeling, and sometimes it takes some courage as well. I find it much harder to forgive than I find it to apologize. So that's something that I, as a grown-up, am working on still. So a tool that I use when I'm making an apology, and this is something I may have taught you in your classroom before, is a sincere apology. So if you've done something that has hurt someone's feelings, you can say, when I mixed up the tools, you felt confused. I'm sorry. Can I read you a bonus story this week? I don't know. Will you forgive me? That's what a sincere apology sounds like. A sincere apology does not contain an excuse. Like, you didn't hear me say, well, my tools, they were in a different order, and apology came before some of the other tools. I didn't give you an excuse. I didn't blame someone else. I didn't say Miss Ceci told me the wrong order of the tools, because that's not true. I didn't say if or but or it's not my fault or it wasn't me. I said, I'm sorry. What I did made you feel confused. That's a sincere apology, right? It's about how the other person feels, not about you trying to make yourself feel better. Does that make sense? So, my task for you this week is, if you have done something that has hurt someone's feelings either in the past or if something happens this week, that you make a sincere apology and you do something to make it up to you. So I've already started my project. Here is my letter that I wrote to you guys. You can tell me if you think it's a sincere apology. Dear Lincoln Park Lions, I'm sorry for mixing up the order of our tools. You must have felt confused. Would it help if I read an extra story this week? I hope so. Love from Miss Snyder. So, did I include the steps of a sincere apology? I told you what I did. I acknowledged how you might have felt. I said I'm sorry, and I offered to fix it. Those are the steps in a sincere apology. So, in this week's lesson, you will have a bonus story, but I also have a story about apology and forgiveness as well, because you know me, I love a story. Maybe my apology attempt also serves me a little bit. That's kind of okay, as long as it makes the other person feel better as well. So remember, our apology and forgiveness tool is both admitting to your mistakes and working on that forgiveness piece, right? Working on being able to forgive others, which can be hard. You've got to be able to use your empathy tool and your listening tool, often your words tool, and sometimes your courage tool. You can do it, Lions. I believe in you. Be well. I'll see you around.